everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. We're here with the Let's Talk team. We've got our good buddy who we love when she fills in with us, Tracy Pierce.
Yeah, thank you.
Kim Dixon, me, of course. And then joining us at the table is Kelli Parmley from Honor Flight Kentucky. Welcome to the table.
Thank you for having me.
We are so glad to have you here. Honor Flight Kentucky does some amazing work with veterans. So for folks who may not be familiar, tell us a little bit about the organization.
So Honor Flight Kentucky is a subsidiary of Honor Flight National Network. There are 127 Honor Flight hubs around the United States. There are 2 in Kentucky. One of them is based out of Lexington, Honor Flight Kentucky, and our mission is to take veterans from World War II, Korea, and the Vietnam era to Washington, D.C. and back in one day to visit all the war memorials that were dedicated to their service, and then to bring them back home to Bluegrass Airport in the evening and give them a welcome home that so many of them, especially ones from Vietnam, did not get.
Absolutely. Oh, that gave me chill. We just had the picture of one of the veterans at the wall, like being able to make the sketch, and that's, whew, it really does give me chill. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a life-changing day for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Sorry there, a little touched by that, something I hadn't thought about. Tell us a little more about your upcoming flight in May.
Okay, we have a flight leaving out of Lexington on May 18th out of Bluegrass Airport, and we have 62 veterans manifested for that flight, one from World War II. We're really excited about that. That's hard to find these days. We have about a dozen from the Korean conflict, and the rest of them are from Vietnam. We do have one female veteran on the flight, so we're really excited to welcome her as well. But we're going to be leaving Bluegrass Airport at about 7 a.m. in the morning on May 18th, so people are welcome to come send us off, and then we'll get back about 9 o'clock that night. And we expect to have several hundred people at the airport to welcome us home that evening.
What a day.
That is great. You know, the mail call where people write the letters to the veterans, don't know who they are, but just to tell them how much they appreciate their service. How can viewers support the mail call and welcome home celebration that's coming up?
We would love for anyone to send letters, pictures that children color, anything like that, of thanks to these veterans. And it can be mailed to us, and we will get them to the veterans on the flight. It can be mailed to Honor Flight Kentucky at P.O. Box 25025, Lexington, Kentucky 40524. Sorry.
So tell us, how impactful is Honor Flight to both our veterans and to the volunteers that you work with?
I think so many veterans that we've taken on the flight, we've heard from them after the fact. We've heard from their children. We've heard that it was the best day of their life. And many of them talked about it up until the day that they passed. We've heard from several people that it was so special to them. And I think the same is true of volunteers. I think once you volunteer for Honor Flight, you're hooked. I know the very first time I volunteered with them, I was just like, this is my people. This is where I need to be. It just pulled at my heart, and it just has a really special place in my heart and the heart of everyone that volunteers for them.
So I had no idea that you all do this turnaround in one day.
It is one day.
Yeah, I'd heard about the Honor Flight and I'd seen the photos, but one day. So talk me through the logistics, like, what does the day look like? This is, because I've never heard anybody talk about this.
Either.
Yeah, talk us through what the day looks like.
The logistics are a lot.
Yeah.
We have a send-off ceremony at Bluegrass Airport in the morning, and then we board an airplane and arrive in Washington, D.C. It's about an hour flight. When they land in Washington, we're usually greeted at the airport by the West Point Glee Club, singing to all of them, and crowds gather at the airport in Washington, D.C. at every terminal where an Honor Flight lands. They kind of announce that. There'll be a big crowd of people to welcome them there. We'll hop on some buses and we'll go to the Pentagon and the Iwo Jima. We'll watch the changing of the guard and oftentimes be able to lay a wreath at Arlington Cemetery. We'll go to the World War II Memorial, the Memorial to Korea, and then we usually end the day at the Vietnam Wall. Since so many of our veterans are from there, we'll head back to the airport in Washington, and then we'll do mail calls. So we'll get to hand out all those letters and cards and pictures to them, and they'll get to enjoy those while we're waiting to board the flight back to Lexington. And when we arrive there, hopefully we'll have several hundred people there to kind of form a gauntlet and welcome them home. the welcome home is amazing.
And
If you've not
every
been to one.
veteran has someone with them all day.
Yes.
Now, even if they're not in a wheelchair or anything like that, just they have their own person with them, so they don't have to worry about anything.
They do, and we call them guardians. A lot of veterans have a child or a niece or a nephew or a friend that comes as a guardian. While veterans file for free, guardians do pay a fee to go with us. And for those veterans that don't have a guardian, we will find one for them.
Oh my goodness!
And so a lot
Makes
of
it very
people,
easy
the chance to be a guardian it's pretty cool.
What an honor.
It's so touching. You could just feel kind of the love. Just even just hearing you talk about it, the love that you all put into this, and really the honor. It makes sense you call it Honor Flight because you're really showing these people that your service matters. So often after conflicts are over, some folks either get forgotten about or time goes by and the way we view the conflict that they, you know, served in may change sometimes. So, you know, you guys are doing really good work. Really, really quickly for folks who maybe want to learn more about Honor Flights or to volunteer, where can they go? Do y'all have a website?
We do, honorflightky.org. You can sign up to be a guardian on that website and find out about ways to
we may have
support us
found
with
you
mail. Yeah.
I
know.
I'm such a nerd. I love DC and I love the museums and everything like that.
Yeah, she's
so
great.
that could be really cool. Kelly,
We'd love to have
thank you for sharing this with us and thanks for walking us through the logistics because I'm not sure people really knew about that. So we really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I
Oh my
appreciate it.
gosh, thank you. Oh, that's gonna give me a smile on my
Yes.
face for the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, Tracy is gonna tell us what's going on in Mount Sterling.